So we're here with Scott Rusin of High Performance Center. Scott, tell me about this new machine that we got in here. Tell me who can use it, who benefits from it, and what's it for?
This is a state-of-the-art machine. It's kind of the premier piece of machinery for functional movement. What's functional movement? That's the ability to replicate human movement. So if you play sports, we wanted a machine that we can use that replicates that sport as best we can. So the great thing about this machine, it doesn't restrict your movement. So I can move in any direction, any plane of movement without being restricted by a machine. And I can add the amount of resistance to it. This here actually uses compressed air to add resistance, so we don't have a weight stack jumping up and down when you go and move. If you were on any other machine and you did a quick, powerful movement, the weight stack would go up, and then you'd have a temporary point of no resistance, and then it would come down, and it would come banging down. So here, you could swing at any speed, any velocity, and you won't have that hitch. Okay.
So I'm in the business of spine surgery, minimally invasive spine surgery, and fixing people's backs or necks. So who would benefit from this, from that perspective? Would you treat them before surgery? What would you do, and who would you treat? And then what would you do with them after surgery? How would this benefit their recovery?
So what we do, we can either isolate a muscle by just simply performing an exercise targeting a specific muscle, or we can perform a general functional movement incorporating a whole global movement that encapsulates all of the musculature involved.
Well, I saw you treating one of my patients post-operatively after a minimally invasive outpatient lumbar fusion. What's your comment on that? Have you seen a lot of outpatient lumbar fusions like that? She seemed to be doing very well a week after surgery, and you're already in the gym doing physical therapy with her. How would she benefit from this, and how is she doing with that recovery?
Yeah, she's actually performing very well. I would say way ahead of schedule. I'm excited for her because she's so far ahead of schedule that we can get her going back to doing normal movements. She wants to play golf. She said one of her goals is to get back on the golf course. So we could go ahead and replicate golf movements on here and get her back as quick as possible.
Well, she's about a week out of surgery from her outpatient minimally invasive lumbar fusion. How fast could you get her back into the mode of golf? From my perspective, I think she can go out and play golf in 3 to 4 weeks, but how fast could you enhance that recovery with your physical therapy?
Right, we could definitely speed that up through strengthening it, and my job will be to observe her weaknesses and address those through specific exercises. Whether it's a specific muscle group, we'll target that through this machine. We'll use it to target specifically, and then we can incorporate it again in golf-specific movements or just life-specific movements such as squatting or lunging or whatever it may be.
Can you use this machine in in people or athletes that don't have injuries, but they want to strengthen certain muscles or movement?
The great thing about this machine is I could do everything on here that you would find in any machine in the gym. So if you walk into your Gold's Gym or your Destin Health and Fitness, you're going to see an array of machines that all specifically target one muscle group. Here, I just need to move the arms around, and we can do that exercise in this compact space. You name that muscle group, I'll give you 5 ways to do it on here, and that's what's great about it.
We also saw you with Moses, who's an avid boxer, MMA fighter today. What can you do with him with this machine that'll improve him? He's got a fight coming up here in Pensacola in a month or so, and it's a professional heavyweight fight, MMA fight. How are you going to help him out with his to get him ready for this fight?
Well, we all know that MMA is explosive. It's an explosive sport. So the great thing about this is you can perform explosive movements, and we actually engaged his boxing ability, the punching. We could replicate that on here as well, and he could swing as natural as he normally does, and we could do that on this machine. So we can work on short bouts of explosive movement. So when he goes in there and he wants to get, or he's challenged, he can react at a stronger force. We could actually measure his power output on this machine and watch his progress to see him progress over the course of his training.
So who should come see you at iPerformance Center to use the facility and this special machine?
Anyone looking to improve their overall functional performance in anything, whether it be life, sports, they just want to improve their overall endurance to any kind of activity.
So I see on Facebook you're asking for names. So have you found a name for the machine?
We're working on it. I'm kind of leaning towards Rosie at the moment.
Are you serious?
No, we're talking about, we've got some good ones that came in. We had Johnny 5 and T-Rex and all these other ones. So
I like T-Rex.
We're working on it, yeah.
All right, well, thanks for sharing with us.
Okay, you got it. Thank you.